What if you have done everything that you possibly could do? This could be about your marriage, this could be about your career, this could be about your studies, this could be about your financial situations, everything. What if you have given in everything that you possibly could and you're not moving? And you are having this great fatigue, this great challenge. And that's the time when you possibly need to remember you may not be weak in that moment. You may finally be awake. Before I go there, remember to make some notes for yourself. This is a very important video about living life in a very different way. Also, do leave your comments in the comments section after you watch the video and like and subscribe. And let me come back to what I was talking about. In that moment when you have given in everything and there is no more that you can give, you have two very simple things to do. One is keep the faith in God, keep the faith in nature, keep the faith in providence, that the right thing for you will figure out. And two, you possibly could ask this question, that what if your deep intelligence is saying that you are climbing the wrong mountain and you need to stop climbing the wrong mountain? What if that is where the situation is? So remember, if you are feeling like giving up, there are one or two ways to look at it. One is from the lens of faith on God and leave it in God's hand if you have nothing more to give to that situation. And second is to ask that question, that what if you are climbing the wrong mountain? And I'll come back to that a little later in the video, so stay with me as I talk about this. Now, our modern world, especially the whole hustle culture and do multiple things and this, that and the other, it has glorified this whole concept of resilience and digging in, while it has quite demonized anybody trying to realign their life. Parents are trying to push children into certain career and saying this is the best for you. There are others who are pushing people to say this is what you should do, buy a house, do this, do that. The spouse is saying something, the children want something, the peer pressure is there, bosses are saying this is great for your career, do that. Enough and more noises. And in the middle of all that noises, everybody is saying buck up, be a winner, don't give up, push through this, push in everything that you have, put in long hours, put in the effort, you will get to a beautiful life, blah, 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 blah. And that's why realignment sometimes is demonized, and we are not allowed to make choices for ourselves. Ultimately, what do? Most of us are living life with this sunk fallacy. We are putting in good effort after that bad effort. But remember, all sunk fallacies where we are putting good effort after bad effort is someone else's gain. We may not gain. Also, at the same time, we need to remember that many of us are not trained to listen to our soul that's really crying, rest, redirection, and release. Our soul may be telling us to really focus on something different in our life. So pay attention to these signs, and that's why I began the video with saying that if you're feeling like giving up, you may not be weak. You may actually finally be awake, because you may have been climbing up the wrong mountain all this time. So, principle number one to remember here is what I said: either keep complete faith on God and see what comes your way and the right thing. And at the same time, what you need to counterbalance with is ask this question if you're climbing up the wrong mountain. And now the next thing that you need to do is remember, your exhaustion might also be a sign. Because remember, if things are the right things for your life, they will not beat you down to the last point. Yes, there are certain tests, etc. that come, but more often than not, that's because of taking a wrong, meandering course in life. Fatigue is not failure. Fatigue is a signal. So listen to the fatigue that you have in life and ask this question: what is the big challenge that has pushed you into this space? And you need to really then ask this question, that who am I being? What is the false self that I am being? That's the next big important thing to ask. And that false self, what is the persistence that I am doing with the wrong approach, the wrong mountain in life? How do I shift? How do I change? So while you give attention to your fatigue, it's important for you to give up that false self, give up this understanding that persistence is always wisdom. No, it isn't. Persistence is not the wisdom always. You need to go and do some deep work. Do a little bit of soul seeking. Do a little bit of upgrade to your own spiritual and emotional self. Ask yourself, what am I aligned to and where do I need to realign in my life? What's the objective? What's the purpose of my life? What am I focusing on? What do I need to work with? And in that space, the next thing to remember is pausing is not quitting for truth. If you need to really take a pause, if you need to take help, if you need to go for counseling, therapy, coaching, or spiritual development work, whatever you need to do, if you need to pause, pause. Pausing is not quitting. It is just pausing for truth, and you are in between two versions of yourself. So build that up for yourself. Pay attention to your fatigue and understand what's that fatigue about, what's that deep work that you need to do. Do some deep work, take that pause and focus on what you really need to focus on. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that realignment is going to bring you out, like I said, as a very powerful next version of yours, provided you are ready to put in the work that is required to be done. So, if you're currently in that corner, if you are, or if someone you know is in that corner, or if you ever get into that corner where you feel like quitting, go through with this process and ask these questions, do that little work, and you will understand this. And going back to the question that I asked you right at the beginning, what if your mind is telling you that it is the wrong mountain, right? So, there is also science to this. Many times, neuroscientists have today said this, that letting go is as good as regulating your trauma. And how? Because in that moment of letting go of something that you're not able to, get done, which means you're letting go of your control, letting go of your desire to restrict something, slowing down in life. In that slowing down, the inappropriate identity that you've been carrying goes away. And as that inappropriate identity goes away, as you let go of the need to control, your brain relaxes, your amygdala relaxes, your cortisol levels go down. And the refreshed energy comes up. And that's where letting go is sometimes as good as releasing or regulating trauma. And this is what any scientist would tell you. So focus on that energy, focus on that fatigue. That fatigue may actually be telling you a very important story. So don't always punch through and try to give it a little bit more and put in more effort behind all the effort that you put in if you're feeling like quitting. Instead of quitting, step back. Instead of quitting, pause. Instead of quitting, take that moment to reconsider and realign your life. You may come out to be the best version of yourselves. If not, you'll at least come out, like I said, as a second improved version. Take care of yourself. Wish you the very best. And remember to ask for help. Ask and you shall receive.